Hello there, men, and welcome to the Masculinism Movement channel, a place for men to be men and to talk about masculinity and men's issues. I'm your host, Brian Kroll, and today I have a very special video for you on the concept of the Sigma male in the social dominance hierarchy. This is part 2 in a series that I am doing on these masculine social personality types, following a previous video that I did on the alpha male, which I hope that you have seen. And the series is actually a set of readings from a article that I wrote on the social hierarchy and the social personality types based on my research and field work as a social scientist. So if you would like to read along or would like to read about all of the social personality types, as I'm not going to be covering all of them on this channel, only the top 3, click the link posted below so that you can check that out. And so now, without any further ado, let us explain exactly what the Sigma male is. The Sigma male is the apex predator, which means he is the absolute top of the food chain. They are almost exactly like the alpha male archetype that everyone is all too familiar with, but with some more specialized variations that make them even higher on the social hierarchy, but also rarer. They are extremely strong, dominant personalities who are very confident and energetic go-getter types, who are successful in almost all situations and everything they do, especially social life and business. They are generally physically fit enough to win most physical competitions and are socially aggressive and thus win almost all social competitions as well, even more than the alpha males. They tend to do what they want and get what they want, even if they are a bit audacious at times. But they are also very socially intelligent, savvy, outgoing, and charismatic, which are the keys to why they are successful in any social situation. And they do not intimidate others unless they need to, though they certainly can be very intimidating if they need to be, which they are often seen as, at least for those who are not close enough to their level. And they will not let themselves be marginalized or trumped by others, much less bullied. They are very highly assertive and will easily become confrontational when they need to, and come out on top in that confrontation, as they have no problems defending themselves or others in their circle, especially their women. The main difference between them and the alpha males you are already familiar with is that the Sigma males exist outside of any social groups and any one social hierarchy, but instead they traverse between different ones. They're not usually rejected by any groups, but will be popular members of most any that they enter. Sigma males are the alpha males' greatest competition, and Sigma males most often win over the alpha males because the Sigma male's dominance exists independently of one single group or hierarchy, but they have learned to assert it throughout many social environments and groups. So while the alpha male's dominance is isolated to one group hierarchy, the Sigma male's dominance spans numerous social hierarchies. And so the Sigma male will usually be able to overthrow the alpha male of any group they enter and become the dominant alpha of it in one way or another, be it through sheer brute physical force, higher intellect, business success, social manipulation, political strategy, or just simple popularity, or perhaps some other method that no one will ever think of but them. The Sigma males are highly socially intelligent, cunning, and strategic social leaders who are conquistadors that are capable of taking over any other alpha male's territory with offensive attacks and maneuvers. And so the Sigma males can enter any new social environment, no matter how foreign, and rapidly ascend to the top of its social hierarchy and become a high-status dominant leader of it. However, also, unlike the normal alpha males you are accustomed to, they are a bit more introverted, and their sense of strength comes from within them, not from external social validation. So they do not feed off attention from others like alpha males do. And though they are highly social beings, they tend to also want to spend much of their time in solitude as well as in social environments. Because Sigma males are unconcerned with social validation, they are not dependent upon their group or pack as alphas are, and are very independent and can be just as successful alone without the help of anyone else, and oftentimes prefer that way. These times of lone introspection are one of the sources of the Sigma male's higher intellect, which the alphas usually lack. Because of their independence, they have been able to become such strong, skilled, versatile characters that can succeed on their own in just about any situation or environment. And this is because they are highly intelligent, much more intelligent than alpha males, whose strength and success comes largely from aggressiveness alone, whereas the strength and success of the Sigma male comes largely from their great minds and knowledge and skill sets. And because they are not as ego-driven as the alpha male, they choose their battles more wisely, and any time they may lose one, they do not take it personally as a blow to their self-esteem, but will simply take some time to think things over, re-strategize, and then come back even stronger for the win. And so the Sigma male is always bound to win eventually, even if they may fail at first sometimes. However, an alpha male is entirely ego-driven and does the exact opposite of this. Puffs out their chest, always looking for competitive ways they can prove themselves to their group just for the sake of their social and ego validation. So they do not choose their battles very well and will sooner or later lose to a Sigma male. And when the alpha male loses, they lose their sense of validation, and it often destroys their sense of self, thus knocking them down the social hierarchy even further. This is why there's a very solid divide between the Sigma types and the alphas, which the Sigmas are on top of.
Wait a minute. Now a word from our sponsor, me. Do you value the ability to use words to do things such as compose meaningful sentences and speak the truth? Did you know that here in this great country of America, you have the right to free speech? And so do I. And if you don't support people who are exercising that right, then you are probably a fascist dictator. Just like the YouTube algorithm, which stifles the content of patriotic people like me who dare to speak out against the gynocentric, matriarchal, feminist regime that has been aggressively taking over our country. And if YouTube isn't going to promote my content and is going to suppress it instead, I can only rely upon you, my viewers, to show your support. If you don't support free speech, we will stop having it, which is exactly what is already happening with YouTube videos that censor themselves getting promoted and explicit ones like mine getting shadow banned. So, if you like listening to me use my free speech, make sure to press like and share and donate whatever you can with the PayPal link below. Don't make me work for free and get censored like a fucking communist. And with the presidential election coming up, your donations can literally be used to fund my campaign to get into the White House and abolish the matriarchy once and for all. Literally. Who would you rather have as your president? An old limp-dick liberal leftist cuck with noodly arms who's probably never been in a real fight in his life? Or a good old-fashioned, misogynistic, patriarchal man's man like me with balls big enough to stand up to women and who you can count on to speak out against them and tell it like it is? Fight the feminazi dictatorship. Spread the message of masculinism. Keep my work alive. And now, back to our regularly scheduled content.
So, though they are social masters, they are selectively social and will equally value being alone and will always want to take time away from others. They're just like the lone wolf in the wild who will go off on solitary adventure whenever it wants to, and then when it feels like having the company of a certain group, it will enter that group and overthrow the alpha male of it, becoming the alpha and causing the others to supplicate to him, especially the women. Then leaving when he has lost interest and going off on a new solo adventure until he wants company again. This man goes from place to place, pack to pack, dominating each new environment he enters and the social group he chooses, where he competes with its existing alpha male and usually wins. Then he will exist as the most high status member of that group, being given attention by the other group members and courted by its women, until he grows bored of their presence or wishes to change groups or environments for whatever reason. Then leaves them to go pursue his new interests, since he's unlike most people who are bound to their social group and environment or comfort zone, and he is not. Sigma males are successful socially in almost any social situation as well as in business, and thus they have the most freedom and power of anyone in the world. And this is because socially they are both introverted and extroverted, which is known as being an ambivert. in mating, Sigma males get the most attractive mates in the world. Even more attractive than the ones those alpha males get, because the Sigma searches for and finds the best ones throughout multiple different social environments and hierarchies. They are usually polygamous types because of this, though they may also be monogamous at times due to there being a scarcity of options for them at their very high standard, or simply a lack of multiple long-term mating partners due to their transient social lifestyle, which is not conducive to ongoing relationships. So they may find that there is only one woman who has the freedom and power to be able to stick with them longer than the others. Though because they do like being alone a large part of the time, they certainly do not mate for life, or even exclusively for extended periods of time, unless they are with a rare type of woman strong enough to be able to spend long periods of time without them. Therein, these men tend to be the international playboy types, who will have a lot of sexual encounters or short sexual relationships and maybe even love affairs with many different women in different social hierarchies and environments. And they may end up with multiple offspring from multiple women in different social environments over the course of their life. But if they can find a woman who is a Sigma type like they are, they can pair bond with her and the relationship can last, though this usually will only happen later in a Sigma's life. And so these types of men can produce both unstable and stable families, though they are apt to produce the former much more than the latter. Professionally, Sigma males are most often politicians, entrepreneurs and business owners, celebrities such as actors, musicians, athletes, and authors, and people whose jobs are independent and require a lot of travel, such as independent consultants and freelancers or other types of self-employed business owners, and also just about every type of special agent, secret agent, spy, and other such type of person will always be a Sigma male. Indeed, these are the heroes that most people enjoy the stories of, but don't even bother aspiring to be like, unless they are the most ambitious and driven people. But for those who do possess these qualities, it is possible to become a Sigma male and live the kinds of lives that most people only see in the movies, like with famous characters such as James Bond. Sigma males have the most freedom and power in society and across many different societies and social environments and hierarchies than anyone else, even the alpha males of the world. It is because they have the most social mobility and freedom to be able to not only ascend up one social hierarchy, but across multiple different hierarchies and dominate any social environment, that they are the most successful and powerful people in the world. However, these types are very rare and are seen in movies far more than in real life. So now that we've talked about what the alpha male and the Sigma male are, let's talk about the next position in the dominance hierarchy in the third and final video coming up next on the beta male. And again, if you would like to read about all of the different social personality types, be sure to click that link posted below.
That concludes this video. Thanks for listening. I hope I mansplained that good enough for you. If you like what you heard, please click the like button. And if you feel you gained some value from this video and would like to give some back, please do so with the PayPal link below, because your support helps fund me doing this work and fight the good fight for men like you. This has been an article from the social science textbook titled True Life Relationships. Get yours now at the Amazon link below.